Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? Haven't been on in a while. Didn't even comb my hair. I kind of went out like this. But enough about that. You're here to learn about my life, about learn about things that are going on in my life, and how it can help you, how it can help myself, how I can grow, learn, educate. So this a lot has been happening, and my life is just so crazy, bro. It's just like there's nothing like static about it. There's nothing like I mean, I'm not saying it won't be like forever like and good. It's just like so much up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. You're just like, what the fuck, bro? Can I just like get a good streak going? Like everything, man. I'm sorry, but like I don't even know how to explain it. Like I said, there's so many things that are like going through my mind and just like trying to figure out. It's like I don't even know like what the next step is. Like literally, like my home is like my home. I live with my parents, and it's just like, man, did they get on my nerves? Like, oh my god, I can't even describe it. Like, I'll probably explain it in future videos. I know I'll explain it in my older videos, but it's just like to the point where it's just like, man, it's unlivable. You know. My dad kind of apologized to, well, he's apologized to my mom. Well, he said his apology to my mom, and she said it to me. That he was apologized for, talking about food and all that stuff. Because he's always been like, oh, you're losing weight. I'm a vegan. So, oh, you're losing weight. You're not getting protein. Da 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 da. This and that. You need to eat more food. This and that. Like, and it's just like, bro, you piss me off, bro. And then I literally just ran up like, what the fuck you said? This, and then just threw water at him. I mean, not the water was closed, but it was like, it was just, bro, you just pissed me off, bro, because he says the same shit every month. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go next week, take a day off, and then take you to the hospital. I'm just like, bro, we done this like 3 times in the past 3 months, and nothing has changed. Like, what the fuck? And it's just like it may not seem like a big deal, but it's a big deal because his energy, his vibe, it's kind of off, and it's just like you keep talking about the same shit every single day, every single week, and it's just like, man, you get on my nerves, like literally, and I just threw it at him. I just snapped, literally. I don't know. Like I've never snapped at something like nobody like that before, and it's just like, but it needed to happen. So he apologized. So not directly to me, but he told my mom, which she told me. So, but that's a good thing. That means like something is getting better, because it opens the door for something to get better, And I'm sorry, guys, but my life is just like I look back at my life and it's just like it's so like depressing. I would say really, really, really depressing. And some of the stuff that has happened, I can't even explain it because it's really personal. But I allowed a lot of things to happen in my life which I shouldn't have happened. And my whole childhood is really just a big mess. And somehow, some way, I know I'm gonna come back and try to recapture and try to just like get good graces of my heart again. And of which I am now, but it's just like there's a lot of repair that needs to happen around the area of my childhood. I literally feel like crying right now because it's just like it's just a lot of shit, and it really hurt me in the physical dimension here. And he probably like, what are you talking about? But basically, my root chakra is completely blocked. And long story short, but it's a lot better now. I've worked at it. I had a spiritual awakening, and I worked at it a lot, and now it's so much better. But I still feel like I'm kind of new because, like, what I mean, I still feel like I'm new though, like a little kid because I mean, in all essence, we all kind of like a little kid, but I still feel like a little kid because I still feel like not I wouldn't say paranoia, but like I just like kind of a little bit like afraid, like what would person do this or do that, you know, especially with the things I do. I'm very like brash and outgoing. You know what I mean by that is like I let my feelings lead. But obviously you don't know that, but I don't follow all of my feelings. What I mean by that is I let my feelings in the driver's seat, and then what happens is, you know, it knows what to do and what not to do. Well, I learned it, you know. Well, basically, what I'm saying is like, how do I explain this? Like, basically, like, usually people just use logic, and they said, oh, if they feel something, I'm just gonna use logic. But I was playing this in future videos, but essentially, that's not a good way to play it because if you always do it in logic, you know, you're gonna miss out a big chunk of life, you know, or a big chunk of manifesting because you only using one part. There's logic, feeling, emotion, knowing, and yeah, I think that's it. Logic, feeling, emotion, knowing. I think there might be one more, but anyway, there's those four. So if you think about it, if you have four tools and you only use one, yeah, you're not gonna. That's gonna you're gonna miss out on a whole bunch of stuff. But essentially, what I mean by letting feelings in the driver's seat is you let feelings lead, but at the same time, understand that you can't do everything that you feel. Sometimes you have to use logic. You have to know when to use it when. You have to use logic when it's the right time, feelings when it's the right time, and knowing when it's the right time. Actually, knowing is the best one. But obviously, you can't know every single time, every single day, or every single second of every day. You know, it only comes like online. You know, a few times. You know, maybe more than a few times, but it's not like everything. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Well, I'll explain that in a future video. But I let my feelings lead, so it's just like, man. Um, and so basically, I guess I have to keep revisiting it. Basically, like, um, you know what I thought? I'm thinking right now. I'm like, man, I love speaking, man. Like literally, I know I'm going on a tangent, but it's just like I love speaking. It's like I love explaining things because I learned so much in my life, you know. And um, like I said, I'm really sorry because I should say that to myself. I'm really sorry, Ricardo, because it's like I let so much shit happen, and it's just like I just didn't understand life. And basically, I was half in, half out of the physical dimension, basically in a 3D reality. So basically, in other words, you can be fully into the physical dimension, half in, half out, or out of the physical dimension, and that is basically ETs or ghosts or all that shit. You know, you can't see them, but if you're half in, half out, you're living in a complete different world and your vantage point is a lot higher. So um, now I'm fully into the physical dimension. So you're probably confused about what I mean by that, but essentially, basically, it just means that you're in the 3D reality completely. You like your your brain compromise is completely in it. So there is no like half in. There is no like all that stuff. So essentially what I'm trying to say is your root chakra is when you're half in half out, your root chakra is blocked pretty much. All of your chakras, all of your energy is focused on the top chakras. When you're fully into it, not I mean your root chakra can still be blocked, but it's not gonna be as blocked as someone who's half in half out, you know. But anyways. Oh, and by the way, your root chakra is the most important chakra. Like I don't care what anybody says. If somebody says your crown chakra or your third eye or what you feel, the root chakra is the most important. Because if you can get the root chakra, you can get down anything, literally anything. All your chakras can be. You don't understand all the chakras. And I used to be like that. I used to be like, oh, like root chakra. Maybe not root chakra, but I didn't. I don't think I understood that during childhood. But like for example, following your heart, like I didn't think that was truly necessary, you know, because I was afraid of what people might do or like if I make a fool of myself, you know. But I was always brash because I always thought that whatever I felt was right, but I just was afraid what people might do or might say, you know. Just because I can feel vibe really well, you know, I'm a sensitive. I can feel vibes really well, and I could tell like it wouldn't really rub off. But I mean, now it's the same thing, but the only difference is I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I have so much confidence in myself that like no matter what happens, I know I can get out of a situation. But obviously, like you don't want to take it too far, you know, and that's obvious. I mean, or maybe not be obvious, but I try not to take it too far. But I just do me, you know. Like I said, I let my feelings lead, and my feelings have taken me through so much shit. But at the same time, it's a lot smarter now, so it knows, you know, what to do or not to do. For the most part, obviously, there's still some stuff. You know, for the past few days, there was still some stuff that I was doing, which was people were like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" So I had to like understand that, but cause like when I'm saying that, I don't want you to be like, oh, I gotta follow my feelings. Like that's not necessarily true. Cause like sometimes following, cause the thing is, following your feelings, like it's high risk or high reward. Like if you follow your feelings, you can get high risk, but you also can get high reward too. So like it's both. When you follow logic, there is no high risk, high reward. It's just like, it's average. Like, it's safe, you know. But your feelings is where your most power is at. So that's why it's good to have your feelings lead and have your feelings be smart and understand what not to do and what to do. Because that's what the universe was showing me the past few months. Like literally, like I went into a lot of situations where I literally like my feelings were like, dude, I would feel something and I would do it, and then the person would be like, "What the fuck did you just do? Like, why'd you do that?" Like, because I felt it. What do you mean? Like, because I felt it. And the thing is, when you know your feelings, you feel it so strongly. So like, I'm just like, I feel it so strongly. Like, yeah, do it. And then all of a sudden, like, I would get negative repercussions from it. I'm like, fuck, dude, I can't do that. That's crazy. How do you not feel that? Like, I feel it so strongly, you know? And then my feelings are like, oh my God, we can't do this. It's so many times. We can't do that either. We can't do this. We can't do that. Oh my God. Like, it's just like craziness. But it's a lot smarter now. Like, it's so much smart. My feelings are so smart that, like, even like today, for example, like I was walking and a car was coming, and I just felt like doing something. You know, I don't want to explain what I feel like doing, but I just felt like doing it, and then my logic was like, "Yeah, do it." My feelings like, "No, we can't do that," and I'm just like, "Yeah, you're right." My feelings like, "Yeah, we can't do that." Obviously, it doesn't speak to me, but like it just my feelings didn't allow me to do it. It didn't do it. Like, so I was like, okay, and you know, I was like, "Wait a minute, you're right. I can't do that." But like I said, the feelings are so strong that it just like it makes you feel like you need to do it. You know, so but like I said, like be caution because you want to be very careful, you know, because in other words, like there's a timing window for you to follow your feelings. If you don't do it between a certain time frame or the window, like you can do it, then you're gonna have very negative repercussions from it. As opposed to me when I did it, the universe did it. So basically, I didn't say feelings. You lead. The universe kind of told me that, not just literally told me that, but like it like hinted that at me. I just my feelings will lead. You know, I just because I let my body like do what it wants to do, and so my feelings just started leading and it started doing stuff, and because we all feel, but like, and then what happened is like, I'll do something, and then boom, negative repercussion from it. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, oh my god, that's good. I remember. I want to explain this story, but I don't know if I can. It's crazy, man. I remember. Yeah, I can't. Even right now, like I feel like I want to explain the story, but I know like it's just like probably won't make sense because you have to see it to believe it. It's not one of those like. Sorry, I just like I want to explain the story, but it's like okay, nah, yeah, can't explain it. But See, like I'm so fucked up right now because like my feelings really want to explain it, like, or my logic really wants to explain it. I don't know, either one, but it's just like my feelings won't let me. So, anyways, um, that's kind of that, you know. Um, yeah, but I'll explain to you guys more. But my life, oh my god, that's if you want to know about my life, that pretty much explains it. It's just like, damn, this is some shit, bro. Like it's just craziness. It's madness. It's just like goods, bads, in between, everything. So we'll see. But as you guys know, or maybe not know, I live in Washington, so I definitely plan on moving to a different state or country because Washington is just too passive aggressive for me. Like the people are just they're too passive aggressive. It's just so funny, bro. I had another thought to explain, but I don't know if I can explain that one either. Oh man. Like you have no idea, man. My life is crazy. Yeah. So I think that's at it. So I think I wanted to explain what I wanted to explain. I'll talk more, but it's my time. Hopefully I can figure out my situation. And looks like my housing is starting to get more settled. So yeah, my nephew is leaving tomorrow morning, and you probably like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? But it has to do with a lot because it'll only be me, my mom, and my dad in the house. And I already explained to you my situation with my dad. And it's not just that, it's a whole bunch of other shit too. Besides work. And some of you guys probably noticed I don't have a job or anything. So regarding work, food, pretty much my dad's problem. The things that I do, I guess the things that I say probably. So those four things. So there's a lot of like friction between me and my dad. So with my nephew leaving, it's gonna be really quiet in the house, you know. So, but that's a good thing because it needed to happen. Well, he's gonna have to leave anyways because his mom and his dad are separate, you know. Um, so it's gonna happen regardless. But anyways, I'm glad that it's happening really soon because now we can. It's gonna be real quiet. And on the weekdays he's working, so I'll be able to have the house quiet all to myself. I can do whatever I want. Well, not all day, but until it comes back at 4 or 5. I mean, that's pretty much most of the day. Anyway, so I'll be there. I can do whatever I want. Take them out and walk. I want. I don't have to watch my nephew, so that'll be good. And then after that, uh, I'm just thinking like, and then after that, yeah, after that weekends he'll be here. So it'll be really interesting to see how he develops and how this unfoldment happens within him. Because once we had two other guests in the house, and they were, oh my god, I hated them. Like, bro, like I'm telling you, my life is crazy, bro, and I hated them, bro. Like, hated them so fucking bad. Like, hated them, and they're finally out of the house. And I was like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, it's gonna take about a week or two to like things kind of like settle down, you know, and then like it will get better and better. But it never got better because my dad got more frustrated at me, you know. He's like, you're my main point of my stress. And it's like, dude, like just stick to the plan. Like step one, step two, kick him out. Step three, I'll tell you what step three is. But no, he just kept getting more pissed off. But with his apology, or supposedly apology, and the point is, I don't even know why he apologized. I mean, obviously it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's not good, but like, how do you go from like being super angry, being super stressed about something, all of a sudden just like apologize, like with nothing, like just because off of a fight, you know? Well, I guess on his part, he wasn't really fighting, or but like all because I got angry, you know. So I don't know how that happened. The universe did something. So thank you, universe. But we'll see what happens. So I know a week or two, or maybe 2 to 3 days, is gonna be kind of weird. So, but like I said, it needs to happen. So once that happens, you know, we'll see what happens, and then I'll be able to figure my life out. You know, hopefully. you know, and hopefully it keeps getting better and better and better. Because my housing is my main point of stress and anger and frustration, development, everything. The housing. So I would. So yeah. So this one video went a lot longer than I expected to, 20 minutes, but there'll be more for you. And side note, I'm like thinking of this. Like usually in the past, like I remember, like I had nothing going on in my life. Like my life was very average. Like nothing's happening. Like average. Now my life is like do 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 do. It's all over the place. It's crazy, and I have a story to tell. Like, and actually tell a story, you know. And I have so many stories that like I did. It was just so many, like literally so many. You know, and that's the pros and cons of the spiritual awakening, by the way. Anyways, I've gone through a lot. So most of you probably confused, probably don't understand some of the rhetoric that I've been saying, but stick with me, you know. It'll get better. The stories will get better. You know, there'll be more better things soon happening. So stick to the story right now because I'm gonna explain to you the complexities of my life. So see you. Da, 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 da.